When choosing a method on how to make money online, YouTube automation is one of the best current methods. These guys have all been doing YouTube for around a year, and with my 4th grade level math skills, I have calculated them out to make over $15,000 every single month. Not only this, but since their channel is faceless, they don't even have to do anything. They can just sit back, drink some Sunny D, all while other people take care of the scripting, editing, and thumbnail. All they have to do is hit publish. But wait, hold your horses, don't get too ahead of yourself. While many people have good results, many more just ending up wasting both their time and their money. However, what sets these two groups apart is actually surprisingly simple. It all lies in the strategy before you post a single video. Let's look at Isaac, for example. Not only does he have 125,000 subscribers in only 5 videos, but on his very first video, he got 511,000 views. Instead of just brushing it off as stupid luck and being jealous, you need to understand how they did it, because there is a method to the madness. So a quick history lesson here. Back in the day, YouTube had a big problem with favoring more established channels and barely giving any chance to smaller ones. They now have entire teams dedicated to fixing this problem. I'd say that not only has YouTube fixed this problem, but it is easier now more than ever to create a successful channel from scratch. One way they try to help is that on the first video that you post, YouTube gives you way more views than normal. They're essentially trying to see if your content sucks, or if you're legit and they should push it out to more people. In order to get on YouTube's good side, they only want 2 things from you. Sounds fair enough, right? The first is that they want people to click on your video. Believe it or not, it's sort of hard for people to watch a video if they don't click on it. A good number to aim for is higher than 5%. So if 5 out of 100 people who see the video click on it, you're doing something right. And second, YouTube's main goal is for people to stay on their platform for as long as possible. You want a video that engages the audience, so they watch till the end. If your video's retention line looks flat without any huge dips, it signals to the algorithm that your video is worth watching. It will then recommend your video to more people in hopes to keep them watching YouTube for as long as possible. So make sure your retention is good. I'll get into more of the specifics in how to do that later. If you do these 2 things correctly, then your video will go viral. For reference, in Isaac's first video that blew up, he said that he had 10% click rate and 50% retention, so just aim for that. Let's be honest, that's much easier said than done. For that to even work, we first have to choose a niche. While it's easy to randomly select a niche, this method can fuck you over from the very beginning. The first question you need to ask yourself is this niche profitable?
Oh man.
While reposting funny cat videos may garner you a lot of views, it isn't monetizable since YouTube hates duplicate content. A good place to start is to pick something you are knowledgeable about. Let's say you are super knowledgeable about health. Must be nice. This then gives you a competitive advantage. While other people just bullshit their way through the video making process, you truly understand the topic so you can make videos better tailored to your audience. But you must be careful. Let's say I'm super knowledgeable about soda cans made in 1923. While you might make a brilliant video with a perfect script, engaging editing, and a thumbnail that catches the viewer's attention. As it turns out, if no one cares about the topic, then no one will watch your video. You also want to make sure that there are new accounts in this niche that are successful. A common benchmark is look for anything with over 10,000 followers in under 1 year of posting. If other people can do it, then so can you. You also need to consider how lucrative the audience is. A video getting 1 million views in the gaming niche might get you $500. However, a video with the same amount of views in the finance niche can get you upwards of $20,000. This is simply because advertisers make a lot more money advertising to a bunch of rich old people compared to Minecraft-loving 12-year-olds. To save you time, here is a list of high-paying niches that is generally considered the best to get into. Personally, I'd just pick the one you are the most familiar with. Now that we have a profitable niche, the next step is to write a script. Surprisingly enough, most YouTube experts rank this to be way more important than the editing. I've heard stories where people spent literal weeks writing a script with only like 2 days of actual editing, and the video went viral. So take this step seriously. While you can ask ChatGPT to do it for you, look what happens. It just comes up with a generic script that doesn't really make sense. All it really does is provide surface-level information that doesn't provide any value to your audience. Because of this, your viewers will click out of the video, ruining your retention. So that leaves two options: hire a professional scriptwriter or do it yourself. The thing with hiring a scriptwriter is that most of the time, their script sucks. Going into Fiverr, you can see hundreds of options to get a quote-unquote professional written script. However, since they only get paid a fixed amount, they have no incentive to make actually good scripts. They will most likely just rush through the process and be on their merry way. Also, they often just use ChatGPT to do their work for them, which is what we are trying to get away from in the first place. For channels just starting out, you should write your own scripts. This is because only you know what vision you have for your channel. Once you get your channel more developed, then you can hire out people who can make actual good scripts, which aren't cheap in any regard. The voiceover is easily the most overlooked part about making videos. Despite this, people don't really seem to care to put too much effort into this part, which is crazy since it can make or break a video. Don't believe me, just check out the difference here.
Humans are apes with smartphones, living on a tiny moist rock which is speeding around a burning sphere 1,000,000 times bigger than itself.
Humans are apes with smartphones living on a moist rock which is spinning around a burning sphere 1,000,000 times bigger than itself.
Obviously, I over-exaggerated the difference here a little bit, but you get the point. It doesn't even matter how good your video is. If your voice sucks, people won't watch it. So to get actually good voices, we have three options. The first is to do the voiceover yourself. This is a popular and free method that in theory can work really well. However, you have to be realistic here. If your voice sucks, or if you have terrible equipment, then don't do this yourself. Another option is AI. 11 Labs has great AI voices. That is currently what I'm using to voice over this video. My only suggestion here is to use a unique voice. I mean, sure, the software comes with pre-designed voices which sound good. The only problem is that everyone uses them, so we need to be unique. To do that, all we have to do is click Add a New Voice, and then just play around with these features until we get something that sounds good. Even if I have the exact same option selected, we will still get a different voice, which helps us be unique. Our last option we have is to pay a professional voiceover actor. Obviously, this is the most expensive method. However, it also works the best. People usually associate AI voices with low-quality videos, so hiring a real person could be worth it. Now we have to put everything together. Now, the editing is something we can hire other people to do for us. However, you must be warned. Good editors that have viral potential are not cheap. This is because if they were good enough to make videos go viral, they would just be making their own content, not making less than minimum wage on Fiverr. While we can get an entire 10-minute video edited for us off Fiverr for $30, it's most likely gonna straight up suck. I recommend that if you know how to edit, do this part yourself, at least for the beginning. This way, you can develop a consistent style with your own unique spin. And once you do start to outsource, you have a framework that other people can go off of. Now let's talk about thumbnails. A lot of people spend countless hours grinding to make the perfect video, and then scramble as fast as humanly possible to put some low-effort thumbnail together, and somehow have the audacity to be surprised when the video flops. Fuck! You must remember that from the audience's perspective, the thumbnail is the first thing they see. This is why it's important to match their expectations of the thumbnail to the actual video. If I have Mr. Beast in my thumbnail, and then I talk about the US presidential election of 1860, since my viewers were expecting Mr. Beast, they will click out of the video insanely fast. Sorry, Lincoln. For thumbnail creation, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Look at other thumbnails in your niche. Find one you like, and then give it your own unique style. If you don't know how to make them, then you might just want to hire this part out. Unlike hiring good editors and scriptwriters, thumbnail creators can be pretty cheap, so this is the best step to outsource. Finally, and by far the hardest step, is to understand the truth. The truth about YouTube automation is that you are either going to spend a lot of time or a lot of money, or maybe a fair bit of both. Sure, there are so many ways to cut corners, making videos both faster and cheaper. But the truth is, the video will just suck. The legitimate best strategy to YouTube automation is just to make good content. That's it. It really doesn't matter if you hire it out, do it yourself, or have AI do it for you. As long as it's good content, then that's all that matters. If you do create the content yourself, once it starts to get traction, then you can just hire other people to manage it for you. From here, you can then just relax and collect your passive income, or create a new channel and potentially double your income stream. Regardless, the hard part is getting your channel off the ground. And to do that successfully, you are going to have to be putting in really hard work. No way around it. While YouTube automation can be worth it for a lot of different people, you must be warned that it takes an extreme amount of work. Well, that's all I have. I'll see you next time.